Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Andrew Lau, Lowsutea president. Well, thank you very much for joining me again on our regular Saturday webinar. Today is a really exciting webinar. There's a reason why, because a lot of people ask me questions. Hey, can we drink a cup of tea nowadays? Especially drinking Lowsutea can really help me to prevent pre-diabetic diabetes. So these are the real questions they ask. And secondly is, hey, if I'm already actually in drugs, like for example, diabetic drugs or in hypertension drugs, would it be still okay to drink Lowsutea? So a lot of these questions then pops up here and there. So I thought this is about time to actually put a question together, truly to answer all of you, to say, hey, can Lowsutea by itself really help you on your pre-diabetic and diabetes management? Especially pre-diabetic, because pre-diabetic had no medications. And a lot of customers come back to say, wow, Andrew, my doctor told me I'm pre-diabetic, but on the other hand, I really don't know what to do. At the end of the day, I'm still continue to do the kind of things that, for example, food I'm eating, but my blood sugar doesn't come down. But they're missing the few elements, like for example, exercise, weight control, and really can measure blood sugar, plus besides diet. So these are kind of things that a lot of people come up with questions. Hi， 各位朋友，我係 Andrew， 多謝你咧係嚟聽我講座啦。咁其實咧呢幾排咧我係去咗好多講座嘅，咁去咗不同嘅即係譬如 Lions Club 啊、獅子會啊，或者不同公司啊，或者不同嘅 organisation 咧講下咩叫做糖尿病，咩叫前期患病咧。咁呢樣嘢出咗嚟之後咧，就好多人問咗好多問題。有啲就話：喂，係咪即係飲杯茶可以能夠降低血糖啊，或者幫助前期患病㗎，或者幫下糖尿病㗎？咁同埋有啲人話我食緊藥喎，咁可唔可以一樣飲茶咧？咁其實我哋答覆咗之後咧，佢覺得好，即係覺得話哇好 comfortable 喎，原來真係得㗎。咁同埋仲有一樣咧，佢飲咗之後咧，好多人都覺得，咦係喎，真係降低咗血糖喎，我膽固醇又降低咗喎。咁同埋咧就血壓又降低喎。咁仲有一個好重要點，好多人都唔知嘅，就係原來唔係淨係飲茶咁簡單啊，仲要你繼續你自己有去管理嘅生活習慣，即係轉咗你嘅 lifestyle。咁咩叫轉咗 lifestyle？ 就係話你要做 exercise 啦，降磅數啦，即係你譬如依家已經 BMI 30幾嗰啲咧，真係要減磅嘅。如果唔係，你好難控制血糖嘅。咁同埋咧就要即係每日度血糖啦，咁又要做 exercise 啦，又你嘅 diet 上要有改變啦。咁同埋要自己點度血糖 measure， 今日會係解釋晒俾你聽，咁能夠你知道原來係飲茶得，仲要做多幾樣嘢嘅，喺飲茶後。咁呢幾樣嘢就係做要你嘅 diet 點控制啦，你 exercise 點控制啦，你磅數點控制啦，或者點繼續 measure 你自己嘅生活習慣去改變。咁變咗依樣做咗之後咧 ，you know what， 你嘅人都改變咗嘅，咁身體一定健康。咁同埋咧，你降低咗你好多風險。So today, I think this webinar will be very, very good to help you to answer many of the questions, and also make sure that you are aware that really at the end of the day, pre-diabetic diabetes is really become a lifelong disease. What we're trying to do now is not to get you to be from pre-diabetic, change diabetes. We want to catch you early when you are actually only pre-diabetic, or you only have higher cholesterol and higher blood pressure, not quite even pre-diabetic. I caught you already. So you start changing the lifestyle. You instead of depend on future medication, you're already understanding how to be living a healthy lifestyle, lower your blood sugar, lower your cholesterol, lower blood pressure. If you control your 3 high lower, man, I can guarantee you your health will be so much better. On top of that, as we age, we all will face the same issue. And matter of fact, I just spoke to a professor. He totally agreed with what I said, because he said, if we go older, all these 3 items will hit you somehow. And when it hits you, you are not really take the habit of change, you won't change. And chances are you will start all kind of complications, it will come. So I think that if we can continue to build this awareness, I think will help for lots of people. 我曾經講咗咧，就話我同好多教授級嘅朋友傾啦，咁佢係100% 同意咗我講嘅東西嘅，好似 Professor Lawrence Chan 就嗰啲啦。咁佢話咧，其實 當佢老啲嘅時候咧，你個三高啊，即係話你膽固醇高啦，你血糖高啦，你血壓高啦，多數都有喎。但係如果你唔做嘢，就一定有啦。咁但係佢話如果有嘅時候，你唔係已經改變咗生活習慣去做嘢咧，哇！當你去70歲嘅時候，你係改唔到，好難改，變咗你要好 take 好多 effort 改。但係如果你50零歲可以做咗一樣嘢，由60歲可以一路可以做晒呢啲咧，咁你身體咧就會好健康。咁啊，唔好再即係延遲大家啦。So we got to talk about today how a cup of Lowsutea may help you decrease pre-diabetic diabetic risk。咁今日講咗咧就一杯去糖茶點其實真係點幫助你降低血糖嘅前期患病啦，同埋糖尿病咧。咁呢個係一個真係好嘅 story 俾你聽，然後你可能夠知道咧，然後點控制自己嘅生活習慣。So today we talk about what is diabetic, pre-diabetic, and what about how Lowsutea can help you, and what kind of program we have in Lowsutea with 5 programs. Plus, I will share with you many of the testimonial of our customers who actually use our tea and found really useful. And at the end of the day, we have a question and answer. Hopefully that you can also take some time to answer a question you might have. 各位朋友，今日咧我哋就首先介紹咩叫即係前期患病糖尿病啦。咁你有一個大家都有個 general idea 嘅。咁同埋去糖茶點解會咁好咧？有咩好處咧？同埋咧仲有我哋有5個項目係幫助你，唔係淨飲茶咁簡單，有 exercise、diet 幫助控制點度血糖，亦都講晒俾你聽嘅。咁然後之後咧，我有啲成功個案亦都係介紹俾你聽。咁然後咧，我哋就有問答時間。咁今日嘅講座議程就係咁多。Now today I still see a lot of people I don't know. Maybe they came from all over the world. I noticed some of them now from Australia, not from Australia, from Canada, from USA, from Hong Kong, and also from South Asia. So just to make sure we'll cut everybody. So I just want to make sure everybody will go through 4 stages before they get to diabetics, okay? So the first stage is LDL cholesterol goes up, and it will damage the insulin B cells that comes out. The B cells will take sugar to the cells. And if the B cell damage, it won't take sugar to the cells, it will continue more B cell come out, doesn't work. Your blood sugar continue goes up in your bloodstream with higher LDL cholesterol and sugar together, your blood becomes thick. And when the blood becomes thick, wow, that's your problem comes in. Because really, at the end of the day, diabetes really is the problem is you start plugging everywhere. So you very quickly move to stage 2 because the blood cholesterol and the sugar add together, blood become thick and start forming all the plaques all over the vessels. And net result, when you form all over the vessels, your blood pressure will start going up. And then you continue to do things because you don't have the sign and symptom that you're in trouble. So you will continue, do the same lifestyle. Very quickly, you can move yourself to stage 3, which is called pre-diabetic. Now, pre-diabetic, every doctor will do the same thing, measure you by a hemoglobin, which is a blood protein, which is measure the percent of sugar attached to the hemoglobin. When that happens, if you're 5.7 below, you're a normal person. If you're 5.7% to 6.4%, you're pre-diabetic. And unfortunately, in this stage of pre-diabetic, the doctor will not give you any medication. They just tell you, hey, you're pre-diabetic, you have changed lifestyle, don't eat sweet. Now, due to you have no sign and symptom, the motivation of you really make changes is very minimal. So majority of people don't change. They just keep the same old lifestyle, ate the same stuff, the weight is not much change, and also they not do much exercise. Net result, 3 years, they will change to the stage 4, which is diabetes. Now, once your A1C over 6.4, you're 6.5 and up, you're diabetic. Now, once you cannot convert it back, you forever diabetes, and the doctor will lock in your document, you are diabetes. Your insurance goes up, the health get poor, everything will start moving into the bad direction. So we really don't want you to be in this stage. We want you to starting in your pre-diabetic, even in your earlier cholesterol goes up and your blood pressure goes up. We want you to really control that already, and your blood sugar will not goes up, so you don't form plaque. So you never go to move to pre-diabetic, or even you got in pre-diabetic, you stay in pre-diabetic, do not move to diabetes. And that is our objective. And I hope all of you do that, because I saw too many people got really serious things and really get suffer. OK， 嗱，各位朋友，其實每一個人咧都有4個 stage， 由前期患病轉去糖尿病係點樣咧？第一個 stage 咧就係 LDL 壞嘅膽血上升。當壞嘅膽血上升之後咧 ，LDL 上升咧，佢就 damage 轉埋你嘅胰島素出嚟嘅 B cell，B cell 帶啲糖入去細胞裏邊嘅。當然損壞咗之後咧，摸啲 B cell 出嚟都唔 work 嘅喎，咁你糖繼續上升啦。咁 cholesterol 再加埋啲糖咧，咁啲血咧就變咁好結。當好結咧就形成好多叫板塊，咁好快咧就 move 咗 stage 2啦。咁啊 stage 2嘅時候咧就係你開始咧全身嘅血管咧都開始有啲板塊塞喺度，咁因為你少咗地方喺啲血管嗰度啦，咁你個血壓自然就會上升嘅。嗱，糖尿病呢個就最大問題，全身嘅血管都係咁塞，咁所以變咗嚟講咧，呢個咧血壓上升咧就係開始一個好重要嘅指數，話俾你聽話，我將來會有好多問題喎。但係好大問題咧就係我哋每個人都冇感覺嘅，因為呢啲係唔會痛，亦都唔會任何嘢，只係醫生話俾你聽，喂，你血壓高啦，咁俾藥你食啦咁。咁而好快 move 到第3個 stage， 你啲糖可以繼續上升啦。咁每一個醫生都 measure 一樣嘢，就 measure 你嘅 A1C。A1C 係咩咧？就係一個紅血球裏邊嗰個糖化血糖蛋白，咁就 measure 有幾多 percent 嘅糖黐咗呢個紅血球嗰度。如果你5.7以下，你係 normal person 普通人；如果5.7至6.4咧，你係個前期患病者；如果6.4以上，你已經糖尿病者啦。咁但係好可惜，喺你嘅前期患病，醫生係冇藥俾你食嘅。所有醫生話你，喂，你已經係前期患病啦，咁要注重啦，唔好食咁多甜嘢啦。咁但係好可惜 ，majority 多數人咧都唔知你講乜嘅，咁只係繼續佢嘅生活。3年後好多就變咗糖尿病，因為冇增回改變，亦都冇降低佢真係血糖去做 exercise 或者飲血糖茶，冇做啲嘢去轉咗佢糖尿病。當你去咗糖尿病咧，咁你以後咧一路落去嘅時候咧，就好多併發症一步步咁出嚟噶。所以希望咧，我哋依家就希望大家，如果我膽固醇上升咧，我要開始幫你學點控制膽固醇唔好上升啊，啲糖唔好上升啊，血壓唔好上升啊。請你唔好跌咗去前期患病。就算你去到前期患病，我唔想你去前期患病去糖尿病，所以你繼續喺前期患病嗰個A1C 個指數裏邊咧，咁如果我係俾咗你好多年嘅，譬如20年，你都唔會轉糖尿病咧，你慳咗大概係10萬蚊港紙一年嘅醫藥費。如果喺美國咧，慳咗16,000蚊一年嘅美金嘅醫藥費，所以係好好嘅。OK， 咁你身體一定好啦。Also, since we talk about the 4 stages of how do you get from high cholesterol to pre-diabetic and to diabetes, the 4th stage, we talk about that. And we want to get you to really start working. Even don't get into pre-diabetic, we'll catch you already and try to get you to be, start forming a habit not to get your blood sugar high enough to be a pre-diabetic. That will be very, very important. So we want to make sure that you understand the concept. So let's talk about what is pre-diabetic, because that's what a lot of people ask. Actually, a lot of people say, hey, Andrew, I don't know what does it mean to pre-diabetic. Can you tell me? Okay. Now, as you know, pre-diabetic, usually they will always using blood tests to check what is your blood sugar, as I mentioned, A1C. And very important, every doctor will look at your A1C. Now, if you're a normal person, the A1C is only 5.7 and below. But you are pre-diabetic, that's mean the percentage sugar attached to this hemoglobin, you are between 5.7 to 6.4. So every doctor will say, hey, if you are between 5.7 and 6.4, you are a pre-diabetic. And you might not even know about it. Usually you find that out by maybe by insurance, a typical health check. Then you say, I'm pre-diabetic, okay? Okay, then and that level, if you don't manage, usually in 3 years, you become a diabetes, and diabetes is 6.5 and up, okay? So really pre-diabetic, one, you have an indicator. It's called A1C, is between 5.7 and 6.4. And secondly, you most likely, all of us, majority of people, are type 2 diabetes. In other words, when the insulin comes out, you somehow don't have enough insulin to take the sugar in the cells. As I mentioned earlier slides, probably LDL goes up, it damages the insulin B cells, which take sugar in the cell, it continues to damage. More and more insulin comes, still don't work. Your blood sugar continues goes up, and then that result, you will accumulate with the blood sugar in A1C from 5.7 to 6.4. So that is the true indicator. So if you're pre-diabetic, A1C is 5.7, 6.4, you are pre-diabetic. 各位堂友，我想更加俾大家了解啊。咁我點知我自己係前期患病啊？嗱，我頭先講過啦，因為如果你個 A1C 上升到去5.7至6.4咧，呢個指數係前期患病。咁點度咧？就係話我有個紅血球叫 hemoglobin。咁呢個紅血球咧 ，hemoglobin 咧就講有幾多糖黐喺度。如果5.7% 以下嘅話咧，咁你係普通人啦。但係5.7、6.4以下咧，以上咧就係嗰個前期患病嗰個 range，OK？ 咁你一定係 measure 呢個嘅。咁其實最重要咧就係因為你多數咧就係第二期嘅糖尿病啦，咁就係個你胰島素出咗嚟都唔夠用，嗰啲糖繼續喺個血管係咁走，咁你咧就呢個前期患病一路落去咧，如果你唔係去降低血糖咧，同埋降低你嘅磅數啊，或者食材啊，或者去唔做 exercise， 個 chance 你繼續升上去到糖尿病係好高嘅。So in the world, we talk about what is pre-diabetic now. In the world, let's talk about United States. Actually, in the United States, there are 96 million people, adult, are pre-diabetic. In Hong Kong, there's 2.3 million. In the world, there's 1.5 billion with a B, okay? So it is a big number. In US, there's 1 to 3 people is a pre-diabetic. 嗱，各位同學喺全世界裏邊咧，就有1.5個 billion 嘅人咧係前期患病。如果你淨係講係喺嗰個美國咧有96個 million， 香港咧係有2.3個 million。咁所以其實呢個數字係好大。最大問題咧，好多人都唔知道自己係前期患病嘅。And 80% in US, people who are pre-diabetic, they don't even know they are pre-diabetic. And the only thing they find out is usually they are, go to health checks or whatever. They check the A1C. I'm over 5.7 now. So, and even though you're 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, because they have no symptom. So majority of people will not do anything when they're pre-diabetic. But if they start training, if they start not to do any change, continue the same lifestyle, eat same food, a lot of drinks of sugary food, everything will move them towards diabetes, okay? The sad part is in the United States now, more and more young adults, meaning that more and more people who are, age 30 or younger than 30 are becoming a pre-diabetic. And that is scary because there's been now more and more people who eventually become diabetes. 喺美國80% 嘅人咧都唔知道自己係前期患病嘅，佢只係去睇醫生啊、買煙梳啊，忽然間我前期患病，OK， 咁先知嘅。第二樣嘢，30% 依家係美國年青人，即係 under 30歲以下咧，好多變咗前期患，即係話佢哋 diet 啊，樣嘢都變即係俾咗一個機會佢變咗由前期患病去糖尿病。所以呢個情況下係一個好得人驚嘅東西。香港亦都係好年輕化。舊陣時我哋做護士嘅時候咧，梗係60歲以上啦，但係唔係喎，依家係全部40、30已經見到佢哋嘅前期患病，同埋咧佢亦都唔了解原來呢個落去咧佢就會糖尿病。所以40歲變咗好多人就開始有糖尿病。咁呢個就我哋要自己注意嘅。Okay? So now let's talk about what is diabetes. Now, diabetes is when the body inefficient use of insulin, usually type 2, And at this stage, they are continue, the insulin comes up, but not enough to cover to take the insulin back to the cells. So sugar continue goes up. So usually the A1C are 6.5 and above, and that's become a diabetes symptom. Now, can you reverse? Yes, you can do it. You can get yourself from your A1C above 6.5. You can reverse back to under 6. I saw many of my diabetes patients actually can go down to 6 and below, but it takes works. In other words, they have to drink Lowsutea to keep up the medication, but less medication at the end. But they also exercise, and later I will tell you all that. But it can be done. So in the world, most likely 95% of the diabetic patients are type 2 diabetes, which is mean adult onset, mean they're adult, and then they usually is because not enough insulin to take the sugar into the cells, and or because of the fact that the insulin continue to get damaged due to like very high LDL cholesterol damage the B cells. All these are the typical people became diabetes came from this problem. OK， 嗱，各位同學，咩嘅叫做糖尿病咧？咁 OK， 嗱，糖尿病咧其實咧係因個身體就算出好多胰島素出嚟，都唔夠帶呢啲糖入翻個細胞裏邊。可能因為好多時咧就係呢個胰島素嘅抗拒啦。咁變咗嚟講咧，好多呢啲人咧係多數係到30零40歲咧就開始有呢個情況出現。咁呢啲人咧係多數係叫做 type 2 diabetes 嘅。咁其實咧95% 嘅糖尿病者都係呢種病。咁其實你個點去 find out 你係真係糖尿病咧？咁醫生一定用呢個叫 A1C 度你咧。如果你高過 6.5% 嘅話咧，你就已經糖尿病啦。個 A1C 6.5% 啊。咁嗱，其實你就算喺呢度開始糖尿病嘅前期嘅糖尿病咧，都有一段時間嘅。點解話依家係一定要希望你繼續努力幫助人多了解嘅時候，你做好多功夫咧，你就永遠去唔到糖尿病。就算你去到糖尿病，你可以翻轉頭，因為好多病人咧都翻轉頭跌翻佢去到係6嘅，即係 A1C 俾6%。Okay, so in America, basically there are about 37 million people are diabetes, and which is about 11% of U.S. population, and 28% of these people are actually identified, 8.5% actually unidentified. So add up together, you have 37 million. So meaning that lots of people, even 8 million is a lot of people, don't even know aware they already been diabetes. And 65% older United States people, there's about 48% are actually pre-diabetic for older people. And then also 96 million people, they are pre-diabetic. And so really at the end of the day, that's a lot of people. You know, you talk about, you know, quite a big number are either pre-diabetic or diabetes. You know, and the good thing is now if we know that this group are pre-diabetic, we hope that with what we learn, what we teach you, you're aware and start getting prevention from your pre-diabetic diabetes. And if you're older, even more so, you have to learn how to have your health program, meaning your diet, your exercise, your weight, and drink Lowsutea, for example, to help you to prevent you from pre-diabetic move to diabetes. So in a sense, the whole world, lots and lots of people, either you're pre-diabetic or diabetes. 嗱喺美國咧就有37個 million 嘅人咧係糖尿病病者嚟，就係11% of the total population 糖尿病病者嚟嘅。喺呢裏邊咧29個 million 嘅人咧已經係知道你係糖尿病病，但係有一紮人咧其實有8個 million 嘅人咧都唔知道自己係糖尿病嘅，係或者去到醫生先哦原來糖尿病係好多人都忽然間嚇咗一跳。嗱，記住96個 million 嘅人咧係前期患病，哇好多人喎其實。同埋當你老啲人咧，其實好多嘅病人咧，亦都會有一個好大部分。香港其實都係一樣嘅，有25% 嘅老人係65歲咧係糖尿病病者嚟嘅。 所以其實呢個喺美國、香港度都好啦。原來糖尿病係一個好普遍嘅東西。仲有一樣好得人驚咧，就係原來係全世界咧係有430個 million 嘅人咧已經係糖尿病咯。全部呢啲咧95%都係 type 2 diabetes 嘅。咁同埋咧，仲有咧有1.5個 million 死咧，都係因為佢係糖尿病者會死。同埋咧好多有40幾萬人咧係有腎病嘅問題啦。同埋亦都好多人因為有糖尿病咧有盲啦、heart attack 啦、心臟病啦、割咗個腳啦，或者有腎臟嘅問題啦。同埋個 mortality rate 係高嘅3%啦，同埋 cardiovascular 亦都高嘅，death 咧係即係心臟病死係20%，60% 嘅糖尿病病者有心臟病，即係有心卡嘅心臟病啦。OK，so you got to understand diabetes patient can be a problem. Especially World Health Organization says about 430 million people had diabetes, and they all 95% of these people are type 2 diabetes. So it's a big number, and the cause of death, 1.5 million, is actually die before age 70. It's a big number. You know, you can be young and all that, but age 70 before that you die. Okay, if you can keep yourself healthy, not to be diabetic, you can live to 90 years old versus you're 70, 20 years more, you gain. Okay, so that is the basic. Do you want to gain 20 more years worth of living? If you keep yourself, prevent yourself, have diabetic complication. Plus, many of these patients die because of also kidney disease, and they also have blindness and stroke, heart disease, amputation, all that will come along. Okay, and also 20% of this death are cardiovascular related, so due to diabetes. The reason why they have that is because the blood vessels are all clogged up, including your heart vessels. So net result, when you continue to do that, you know what? Your heart vessel, coronary artery being clogged, when your heart stops, you die. Basically, that's how simple. So really, when we talk about prevent you become a pre-diabetic, eventually move diabetes, you basically give yourself more longer life, live a healthy life. As I said, instead of dying age 20, you might die age 90. And you can be no cause of no blindness, no stroke, no heart attacks, no kidney disease. You'll be healthy. And that is something that I hope you all can be that. And I hope you can enjoy your grandchildren able to continue to have that. So this is so important. So think about it. You want to continue able to play with your grandchildren up to 9 years old, or you die at 70, have all kind of problems because you have diabetes. So this is the motivation. I hope that we can able to do that. So really, each person, you also have some built-in risk factor to be a diabetes. One of them is very important, is overweight or obese. If you have BMI over 30, that's something that you really need to look at. Wow, what can I do to help me to lower my weight? Because you lower your weight, you lower a chance to get really more higher problem of diabetes. Or if you're pre-diabetic, you're lesser conversion to diabetes. Now, certainly sad is many family already are diabetic. In other words, I have a lot of customers. They all came in and said, Andrew, I will buy 9 bags. I said, why you want 9 bags of Lowsutea 60? They said, oh, because my family, my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister, my uncle, auntie, they all diabetes. So I'm using Lowsutea to help them, and they all buy that. So I said, wow, that is a real issue. If you have family diabetes, you have a whole chain of the family will have the same issue. So they all drank Lowsutea to help them to lower their blood sugar. Now, if you are 45 years and older, you always have a higher risk to become a diabetes. If you already have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, again, it's the same thing. Now, a lot of people don't realize sleep apnea is a good indicator to also you set yourself up to be a diabetes or even start yourself to pre-diabetic. Now, sleep apnea is usually you have a very fat neck and your tongue tends to compress your trachea so you can breathe. If you continue to do that, you snore very high, and the chance of a stroke is high. And that is something that is a good indicator you might be a pre-diabetic or diabetes, okay? And also people who doesn't move, sedative life. They only watch TV, couch potatoes, A lot of my friends, a lot of my customers, few of them are computer science. They do programming. Very smart people. A whole day they sit in a chair and do things. And they drink bubble teas, eat a lot of snack, no exercise. At age 40, they already became a diabetes, or they become pre-diabetic, moving to a diabetes. Your customers already eyes become blurred and become blind because of diabetes. So they will have another 30, 40 years to live, but they are blurred one vision, or something worse than if they get blur both vision. That would be very sad. So that's the reason why I keep giving this information. Everybody's to start listening to say, wow, if I can prevent that, at least I will not blind. At least my kidney is not damaged. At least I'm not going to have a heart attack. And that, hopefully with that, you can continue healthy and enjoy your grandchildren you at age 90s. And that's what we're trying to do. 各位朋友，因為咧，我哋如果糖尿病二型咧，一定係你前嘅患病糖尿病你一定有好多係已經有一啲風險已經喺裏邊嘅。如果你係肥胖嘅話，肥胖咧一定咧係令到你嘅糖會上升嘅，即係你嘅 BMI over 30。咁如果你BMI 30以上咧，其實呢個咧已經俾到一個重要嘅風險嘅factor 俾你。你知道你嘅機會去前期患病糖尿病係高嘅。第二樣嘢，如果屋企人你爹哋媽咪有，咁 most 嚟到你都有，或者你嘅姐姐妹妹或者你 auntie uncle 有咧，你多數有。所以我見到有啲朋友咧，我依家同佢買退涼茶啫，一買9包嘅。咁我問佢點解？原來家族全部都係。咁呢個係一個好大問題。仲有如果你45歲以上咧，個 chance 你會有糖尿病或者前期患病係高嘅，因為開始好多嘢都唔係點 work 噶啦。咁一落去退化咧，你糖就會上升，咁就會去即係開始有你個前期患病糖尿病。咁你一定知道控制點控制。如果你個血糖高，唔係同埋你血壓高，或者你膽固醇高咧，咁呢個亦都係一個開始呢個 factor 咧，係準備你去前期患糖尿病。咁就一樣咧，睡眠窒息症咧，亦都係 indicate 咗你個機會咧係去呢個前期患糖尿病咧係高嘅，因為咧呢度一定係肥胖啦。咁好多肥胖嘅東西已經知道係 overweight、obese 呢全部加重網咧，你已經知道你已經係踏入呢個地方咧，係你個風險會繼續上升，會有前期或者糖尿病症。仲有一個，我係一個唔喐嘅人嘅，我成日喺屋企係咁做嘢，或者係喺 office 係咁做嘢，咁我又係坐喺度嘅，好似行嘅，咁亦個呢個一定係高風險有前期患病或者糖尿病嘅。So if you do not do anything, for example, and you became a diabetic, type 2 diabetic, and the problem will come in about 5 to 10 years, and pretty much will come as you go older, and your blood sugar cannot control under 6.4, you will be actually very high risk to get this disease. For example, you will potentially get risk of stroke, loss of memory, and that can be very sad. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of relatives may have that. Keep asking the same question in 10 minutes, and they just forgot asking you the question, so they keep repeating themselves. You can't blame them because the sugar kind of blocked the brain, so you can't remember. So they would just keep asking the same questions. And so loss of memory is a very common type 2 diabetic complication. The type 3 now diabetic complication is Alzheimer's disease. So imagine that you don't want to be in that boat. Alzheimer's disease, okay? So amnesia, Alzheimer's disease lots of them come on your type 2 diabetic because the blood clotting on the brains, the memory, you just can't remember. Certainly, with that, you also with eyes problem. And as I mentioned, some of my engineering friends, I cannot see because of the fact that it damaged the eye vessels, again, the plugging of the eye vessel. So you might have potential cataract, glaucoma, eye damage is real. And if you have high blood pressure, high blood sugar, it will damage your blood vessels, harden your blood vessels, your high blood sugar, in that result, you end up with a stroke and so forth. Nerve damage is another one that a lot of people don't realize. because when you have nerve damage, you cannot feel. On top of that, many people cannot have sex because 30% of the diabetes patient cannot have sex because they cannot feel. Okay, so it will create all kind of problems from stomach to leg. When you get hurt, you don't know, you don't feel. Heart disease is another one. That's a major problem because when you plug up your coronary artery, your heart just stop and you die. Okay, so that is one of the major diabetic complications which you need to be awareness. So your pancreas not function, you have to inject insulin. If your injured foot don't heal, you get amputation. And 70% of diabetic patients will have some kind of kidney disease. And if your kidney only up to 30% function, you're going to start getting dialysis. So you don't want to get dialysis, have to go hemodialysis, like go to hospitals every 3 times a week or even 2 times a week. It's a tremendous low life quality for you. And you don't want it in that mode. So really, if you prevent your kidney being damaged, fix your blood sugar. So fix your, decrease the chance of diabetic complication. And certainly if you are pregnant, you also have diabetes during the pregnancy, the chance of diabetes is high. So you have to watch that. 當你糖尿病發症嘅時候咧，你係有好多種嘅糖尿病發症咧出現嘅。第一，你要中風風險啦，唔記得嘢啦，係好多糖尿病嘅人係唔記得嘢嘅，因為佢哋成日都覺得即係問你一個問題，問咗10幾廿次，咁你就覺得佢好煩。其實唔關佢事，佢真係個腦咧啲血去唔到嗰度咧就記唔到㗎啦。咁仲有咧有白內障啦，同埋有青光眼啦。咁我已經有幾個 engineer friend 咧，佢係因為有糖尿病咧，令到個眼係變蒙咗啊，救到一隻眼你嘅救唔到，好慘！你42歲冇咗隻眼喎，點算啊？好難睇喎，咁你係咪失伏好大？所以呢樣嘢咧都希望咧各位朋友咧能夠即係幫助佢哋咧係唔會做到呢個 stage。OK， 咁仲有啦，神經系統損壞，呢個亦都好大問題。當你有神經系統損壞咧，其實亦都係30% 糖尿病病係冇性功能，因為佢冇感覺。咁仲有咧就好多腸胃啊地方啊都有即係神經嘅損壞咧，咁你有好多不同嘅問題出現嘅。咁心臟咪好緊要啦，因為個心臟塞咗嗰個最重要嘅 coronary artery 咧，咁你心都停咗，咁你就拜拜㗎咯，咁你就好弊。仲有啦，胰島素唔夠，你就要成日打胰島素啦，咁又自己吉自己好痛啦。如果隻腳整親唔好，你就要割咗腳，真係好慘啦，要唔行都要坐輪椅啦。70% 嘅病人係有腎病嘅，70%糖尿病，70% 糖尿病嘅人有腎病。咁呢啲咧，希望你唔會落到呢度，因為去洗腎係一個唔理想嘅生活。咁我希望咧，我哋依家全部教晒呢啲嘢，係管理咗你唔會有呢個糖尿病嘅併發症。咁如果你控制血糖，控制生活嘅習慣，呢個你唔會放心，係咪會你嘅生活更加好啊 ？So really, we're not talking about helping you prevention of pre-diabetic and diabetes. So net result, you will continue to be healthy and not getting to different type of diabetic complication, including loss of memory, blindness, and so forth, heart attack, amputation. So if you can prevent all that, isn't that better to help you to be continually happy in life, better quality life, enjoy your grandchildren forever? I hope you can have that concept and really have courage and continue to work with us to continue lower your blood sugar, not to be a pre-diabetic, or if you're pre-diabetic, continue to stay in that stage or get back to the pre-diabetic stage. And if you're diabetes, move yourself back to pre-diabetic stage. That will be super, super good. Now, certainly Lowsutea definitely help you. Why Lowsutea can be helping you is because we have 2 products in there, as I mentioned. It's actually a guava leaves and bitter melon, guava leaf blocking sugar into the cells, and basically it blocks sugar in the cells, and the bitter melon it just increase the blood sugar, increase the insulin, so a sensitivity. So when the insulin sensitivity goes up, it takes back the sugar in the cells. And that very unique thing is bitter melon, there's excess sugar, it would dump that out through urine, dump the cholesterol out of urine, and also dump the salt out of the urine. And when salt go down, your blood pressure go down. So your 3 high go down. So that's how Lowsutea can help you. It's 100% natural. It's not a drug. It's only a food, a supplement food. Can give you this super benefit, lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure, plus detox. When you have the blood sugar, bad cholesterol, high blood pressure, lower, the chances for you to get all the complication is tremendous lower. Okay. 嗱，各位同友，其實點解即係去糖茶咁好咧？因為去糖茶咧有兩樣嘢嘅。第一，我佢有個番石榴葉減啲糖入去血管裏邊。第二樣嘢佢有苦瓜，苦瓜增加咗胰島素嘅敏感度，就帶翻啲糖入去細胞裏邊。咁帶翻糖入細胞，你糖用到，咁你身體咪有 energy 咯。咁但係咧，仲有一個咧就係、我有一樣嘢啦。我有多咗糖點啊？佢喺個尿嗰度係掉咗出嚟嘅，同埋咧就係有一個咧就喺嗰個將個 LDL 膽固醇咧，亦都喺尿嗰度掉出嚟，就掉埋啲鹽出嚟。當鹽掉咗出嚟咧，你血壓就可以降低。咁同埋咧仲有排毒。咁呢個咧係一個好特別嘅食物，亦都唔係一個藥，只係一個食物，能夠令到你100%天然咧冇咖啡因嘅東西咧，係幫助你減低糖、膽固醇同埋血壓嘅。咁當你有3樣降低啦，血糖降低，你膽固醇降低，血壓又降低嘅時候咧，咁你咧自然咧就身體一定好啦，亦都冇咗糖尿病併發症啦。咁我哋唔係淨係教飲茶 ，so we are not only just teach you how to just drink tea, that's it, but we also teach you how to do diet control. You know, basically how to do a low carb diet, low fat diet. We have over hundreds of lectures now in YouTube to help you to continue to teach you how to become more understanding how to have diet control to help you out. Plus, we teach you about walking with exercise, 10,000 steps a day, or 8,000 steps average. If you do 5 days, you most likely achieve all the things that you want to do to lower blood sugar. Plus, we have teach you how to do teach you how to weight control, lower your BMI from 30 all the way to 23. You gotta have exercise diet in order to help you out on the weight control. Plus, certainly each week we have this free webinar. I tell you, a lot of people will charge webinar. We don't charge, we give you free to help you to know more about what a diabetic. And we'll show you how to measure blood sugar. And that result, you'll be able to understand where you're at. And hopefully with that, you can able to continue to monitor your A1C. Make sure that it's below even though your A1C is 10 and above, will go down below 5.7. Now you may say, hey, I'm a diabetic patient. I'm a pre-diabetic patient, or I'm a diabetic patient. How can I be, now I'm 10, how can I be down to 5.7 or 5 or enough, not 5.7 or under 6? Is it real? Yes, it is real. You can do it because I know I have done it. I see so many patients have done before. Even myself, my A1C was as high as 6.9. I dropped it down to under 6. Now my average blood sugar right now is 4.7. So you can see that with Lowsutea exercise, you can actually drop your A1C, go below 6.0. And average blood sugar can be maintained in good, healthy level on 6 and below, or 120 and below, or 90 or 100. You can get that, but you need to work on it. It does not come automatically. So this is the program. What we talk about is not only give you, just drinking tea is good enough, but we'll also get you exercise, weight control. Now, all that basically is create a habit form for you. So when you have your habit established, continually go out. When you are 60, 65, 70, 80 years old, you already established a good habit. So net result, you will continue to control your blood sugar below, your A1C below 6.4 or lower. So the chances of diabetic complication will be tremendously decreased. And that is our goal. 嗱，各位朋友，其實我哋唔係淨係話俾啲產品你Lowsutea飲茶㗎啦，唔係嘅，因為咧淨係飲茶係 OK， 但係仲未夠，可以做到一部分， 你仲要譬如咧要食嘢方面咧又好控制，降低你碳水化合食物。For example， 你每日應該係150個 gram 或者200個 gram 最多啦。咁同埋要低脂肪嘅食物。同每日咧你應該要行，要有1萬步或者8000步啦，唔多都 OK。如果又係咁咧，你個磅數一定會降低嘅。咁你個 BMI 希望你咧能夠降低你去到23以下啦。咁如果30，你依家就可以做工作咯。咁然後先講得到嘅。咁當然啦，我每個禮拜有個 free 講座俾你，唔收錢㗎。但係聽咗之後，你增加嗰個知識同埋教你點去度下糖啊。咁呢啲嘢咧係全部幫助你咧係 form 咗一個 habit， 一個習慣。呢個習慣咧，依家你50、60歲開始做呢啲習慣咧，去70歲嘅時候咧，你唔使幾多改變咧，你 maintain 到一個好嘅習慣。咁譬如行有啦 ，exercise 有已經做咗啦，食嘢有啦，磅數減低啦，咁你就好健康啦。咁你就真係可以永遠咧繼續係同你個孫兒去玩。咁其實我講多啲喺個食物方面又點控制咧？嗱，第一好重要咧係要飲虛糖茶嘅，因為虛糖茶咧係唔係一個藥，只係一個食物嘅飲品。對你，如果你而家就食緊係糖尿病藥或者血壓藥係冇衝突嘅，你係可以繼續用呢樣嘢。咁你一定要用低碳水化食物啦，同埋個食物嘅控制有幾多 percentage 嘅控制咧？仲有 high 纖維食物啦，呢啲係好重要啦。同埋咧，就要唔好食咁多呢個 processed food 嘅食物啦，同埋要飲好多水，因為有水你成日大擼咗啲血掉出去俾即係要大擼咗佢啲血，咁你血先唔會結嘅。同埋要減鹽，同埋要加即係減鹽嘅食物啦，同埋要即係 low fat 啦、low sugar、low salt 嘅食物啦，同埋要多啲fiber 嘅食物啦，即係有纖維食物啦，對 fruits 啊、vegetable。咁呢啲咧就我哋不嬲教開你嘅diet 嘅 program。So you might ask, what is a diet program? So diet program, first of all, will teach you how to drink Lowsutea. Very important. Lowsutea is not only a drink, it's not a drugs. It's only a supplement. You drink that is very, very inexpensively. It costs you $1, somewhat US a day, or Hong Kong $8. You can achieve that already. And then it will help you lower blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. You also reduce your carbohydrate diet. We also ask you to reduce your carbohydrate diet. So we have all kind of manual to help you to how to achieve that. You have to eat 150 grams of carbs per day, or no more than 200. Now, we always discuss, we'll give you a portion size of what you eat. A portion size is a plate, half is vegetable, 1/4 is your protein, one product is your starch, whereby you will eat a lot of high fiber starch like beans and so forth. So you also need to not consume a lot of high processed food, because processed food usually have a lot of sugar you don't know, and you have to drink a lot of water. Now, drinking water is very important. A lot of people don't realize why you have to drink 2 liters or 2,000 cc or Lowsutea. There's a specific reason to that. Each day we're supposed to drink 3-liter water. If you do not drink enough water, your blood will continue to be thick. And on top of that, you're not able to excrete enough water, help you excrete all the sugar out, all the cholesterol out, and all the salt out. So you gotta have your plenty of drinking water, 2 liters or more, to get your detox function working. So that's why drinking water is not saying, oh, I have to drink 2 liters. Actually, every day you drink at least 2 liters of water. Instead of drinking water, you drink Lowsutea. And with that drinking, you know what? You lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, and salt, okay? So drinking plenty of water is very important. Plus, you need to have low salt and high fiber diet. Plus, eat more fruits, like, for example, apple or vegetable. If I'm hungry, I eat celery, chew on. Those are very, very important. And this is part of our diet program that will help our friends how to control their diet. As I mentioned, you drink Lowsutea, very simple. You put a bag of Lowsutea in a jug, like what I do here. I put a bag of Lowsutea, 1 bag in a jug. And in the morning, I drank basically half of this bottle. And breakfast, before breakfast, after breakfast, I drink 2 cups of tea. Each cup is about 250 ml. And lunch, I will do the same thing. So this bottle, by the time I reach lunchtime, this bottle are complete. And I will drink use my second bag. I will drink it for the evening. Same thing. I'll drink before 250 ml before dinner and 250 ml after dinner. Plus after dinner, I'll relax, eat some fruits. I'll drink the remaining of 2 cups. 1 hour before sleep, you should drink one because that can definitely control your blood sugar will not continue to rise during the nighttime. So drinking Lowsutea is extremely important. The second program we have is exercise program. Now, as we grow older, we better stay active. You got to do aerobic exercise, walking, jogging, swimming, dancing, cycling, gardening, tennis. All that can be part of your program. Now, I choose a lot walking because my knees cannot really stretch too much anymore. Walking of 10,000 steps is a must, or 8,000 steps. You can be done, especially after dinner. You can walk to shopping mall, whatever places you go. Find some place that you enjoy to walk. I have a lot of friends now walk shopping mall because it's air conditioned, it's easy to walk, and they still got the 10,000 steps. And you got to lose around 10% of your weight, because in exercise, you will able to lose weight. If you don't exercise, losing weight is very difficult. And your exercise between 30 minutes to 1 hour, 5 days a week, at least you have 150 minutes per week of exercise. And if you need to, you can get a fitness coach to help you. But if not, just do simple thing, exercise by walking. That will give you most of it already. So if you can swim, even good, because you can move the entire body when you swim. So make your choice, but important is do it daily. 嗱，各位朋友，exercise 係好緊要。點樣做 exercise 咧？咁當然啦，有好多種啦，有散步啊，去游水啊，跳舞啊，踩單車啊，網球啊，呢啲全部都可以你選擇嘅。嗱，我選擇就係散步行。因為你每日行大概8,100步係容易做嘅，咁但係呢個長遠都可以咁做喎，唔係話淨係做1、2次喎，咁呢個日日都要做嘅。咁仲有咧可以降低10% 磅數咧 ，exercise 好嘅嘢，冇 exercise 降低10% 磅數係好困難嘅。咁每日如果你做30分鐘 exercise，每週做5天嘅咁 exercise， 你已經有咗100分鐘已經夠咯，咁你達到你目標咯。咁同埋咧，如果你需要咧，當然係好啦，有個訓練有教練嚟訓練去做 exercise. Now, weight control is extremely important because if you exercise, you can definitely help you to control your weight. Without exercise, controlling it is much more harder. Okay, so you have to continue keep up the exercise to keep it off. So there are 2 things you can help you. 1 is your diet control. 2 is your exercise control. Then most likely your weight will also control. So if you lose 1% of body weight, your A1C will go down. Oh, sorry, there's 10% of body, not 1%. 10% of body weight, there's typo there. If you lose 10% of body weight, your A1C will drop 1%, which is real good. In other words, if you are 220 pounds, you lose 200 pounds, your A1C will drop 1%. Okay, so that will be very important. Sorry for the typo. This is about 10%. Okay, 嗱，各位體重嘅管理係好緊要嘅。嗱，如果你體重係成功嘅話咧，因為你 diet control 嘢喺度啦，第二樣嘢你個exercise 喺度啦，咁你體數嘅控制咧就一定係喺埋度咧，係由呢兩樣嘢個食物同埋 exercise 咧，咁你就控制咗你個 weight 嘅體重嘅。咁體重咧好重要啦，當然你係有即係目標嘅減啦。如果你 BM30，我用做咩目標咧？就用你個 exercise program 啊、diet program 啊去做呢樣嘢啦。咁希望咧，如果你係減咗10% 嘅 body weight 咧，你個 A1C 咧係會降1% 嘅。嗱，certainly We'll talk about our program. We have a weekly free webinar like you're listening today. You gain knowledge to understand pre-diabetic diabetes and what kind of risks you have, how to prevent it. And our objective is holding your hand through all these webinars, asking, you can write to me, answer a question, and a lot of people do that. And then I hold through your hand throughout your diabetic journey or your pre-diabetic journey. So you will not convert to diabetes, or you are pre-diabetic, will convert back to pre-diabetic. So you eliminate your pre-diabetic risk. And that's why we have all these webinars for you every week for free. And no one do that. We're the one who do this. But we especially will taught you how diabetic management, because we don't talk about only food. Majority company or other people, organization, just talk about diet. We will not just talk about diet. We'll talk about disease process, dieting, how to do exercise, how to weight control, how to measure blood sugar. So you have a whole gamut of understand your entire program, how to control your pre-diabetic diabetes. 每周有個免費講座，等你夠了解咩叫前期患病，咩叫糖尿病，能夠用呢啲咁嘅知識知道之後咧，你能夠降低你所有嘅糖尿病嘅併發症風險。其實我係捉住你手咧，係同你成一路跟住行咧，等你喺呢個成個呢個前期患病糖尿病嘅過程裏邊咧，係有一個人係喺後邊支撐咗你。等你知道乜嘢叫糖尿病，同埋裏邊所有嘅併發症嘅原因，等你了解咧，咁你可以釋放藥，同埋點樣識醫治。Now, certainly, in order for you to continue to understand what is your disease progress, you must blood track. The blood track, the only thing you got blood track is hemoglobin A1C. The whole world, they always measure your A1C. Now, you have to understand, is your blood sugar control over time? Is it the same thing? Or you get it worse, your A1C instead of 5.7 or even 6.4 or 7 or 8, it continue 8 all the time. That's no good for you, because at the end of the day, eventually your diabetic complication shows up. So you gotta get your A1C all the way down to 6.4 below. So basically, in order to find that out, you have to do blood tests, and blood tests is gotta have A1C. To be checking for you all the time. And you don't want to have A1C not checked and eventually become a type 2 diabetic. Then you start doing things, it's too late. So when you talk to the doctor, when you do, like, for example, health check, ask them, can you do my A1C, check where I'm at? So you can able to understand that. Now, 各位朋友，糖尿病前期患病，你一定要你度血糖。你先知你個程序去到邊度。咁呢個咧淨係用個 HbA1c 咧呢個 test 咧去 check。如果你係5.7以下，當然係普通人啦。如果5.7、6.4以上咧，你就係前期患病；6.4以上咧，糖尿病。咁其實咧，你每一次去 check 嘅時候，你都應該睇到你自己係唔過咗6.4。如果你係糖尿病者，希望你個 A1c 跌翻去6.4以下。咁最緊就有一樣嘢咧，就防禦咗你個併發症風險。So I actually brought a chart. You can see this, and I stop here. Everybody, please take a picture. So with this picture, you can understand. We'll teach you how to each day measure your before and after blood sugar in your regular testing blood sugar. You have your breakfast, lunch, dinner, meal before time. So you can write it down, and you have one whole month to look at. You also write down the food you eat. Did you exercise? So again, we can say how many walk you done, how many steps you done. All these are recorded. So you can able to actually check yourself all the time. Where are you at in the sense? You meet your exercise goal 10,000 steps, or you did it. Then you have to go work a little harder. Plus, you also measure your weight. What's your weight? For example, my weight is, 200 pounds, for example. I want to minus myself to 190 pounds. So when you start seeing all this data, you can see yourself progress, how well you do in a sense of weight. So 3 things you always have to record: blood sugar amount, the food intake, okay? So you can also take your blood sugar, okay? Then you can take your weight, what is your daily weight? Okay, you write it down, your daily weight. And with that, after you understand your daily weight, you can also write down the food intake you have, how much food you take each of them. So in that result, you can able to document, start to see, wow, I eat a lot of hamburger, for example. So you know the chance of blood sugar goes up, it'll be high. Last but not least, you'll write down the number of exercise you do, like walking, steps, or run, whatever. You record it here. And then each day you can report how many steps I run. So in that result, added up, oh, I did 150 hours of walking, for example. So take a picture of this. This is an easy manual reporting you can actually create for yourself. So you can always remember your, your exercise and your food intake and blood sugar. Well, telling all that, you may say, wow, is it really true your thing works? So we gather all the many testimonials and maybe show you what that is. Now, these testimonials, the first one is Fei Mao, who actually took her medication because we limited time now. I'm just telling you what she said. She basically now say, I have hope. She has been a 20 years diabetes. After took Lowsutea, her blood sugar dropped tremendously, become normal, and her medication dropped. 3 types of medication, 2,000 milligram metformin, dropped all the way to 500 milligram. So she's very happy, much more healthy. A1C is always in the normal level. So that's so important. The second one is Pat. Now, what Pat, the issue is the following. Her husband is willing to be injected of insulin, but drinking 4 months of A1C, his A1C, it becomes so good, is actually below 6, and his blood sugar plucking on daily basis about 4 to 5, 4.7 to 5, very good. So doctor actually eliminated blood insulin. Eliminate insulin injection for Pat. And also we have this lady named Melody. Melody came in, who is a pre-diabetic. Her blood sugar is high. She came in, her blood sugar was 360 milligram per deal, which is extremely high, 17 millimole. And so after drinking 2 weeks, her blood sugar went back down to normal to 60 milligram. So she's now a very successful person. Now, Ella is kind of interesting. She have A1C 8 and 9%. And because drinking Lowsutea, she dropped her blood sugar all the way to 5.7, A1C 5.7. The doctor basically eliminated all her medication. Ada is from California. Her mother-in-law is high in blood sugar. After it took Lowsutea, she basically, her pills dropped her blood sugar pill from 3 to 1. Now, certainly we have Wason, who, when I've got to know him at that time, his blood sugar is very high. Average is 183 milligram per deal. A1C is 6.4. When he started taking Lowsutea, blood sugar now went back to about 140, 120 range, but he has to continue to drink it. A1C also substantially improved. And Mike meter also the same thing. A1C is high, usually 180, but after drinking Lowsutea, it become much more improved to 120 level. So giving all the testimonial, now you know this is truly a product might be helpful for you. So you need to take some experience and try. 嗱，各位同學，我有幾個客人咧飲咗之後咧，去糖茶都有好嘅作用嘅。第一個 pad 咧就飲完之後，佢先生就唔使打胰島素啦。第二樣嘢Melody 咧就好高血糖啦，2個禮拜後飲完之後咧，血糖就低翻去到6以下啦，咁就好啦。咁Ella 咧原本係要食藥嘅，咁佢都食緊藥，但係個 A1C 跌到去到 5.8 咧，醫生藥都唔俾佢食。咁 Ada 咧就佢個外母個奶奶咧飲咗之後咧，佢個 A1C 佢個血糖嘅藥物咧 由3粒減到1粒啦。Wayson 咧佢個血糖原本好高嘅，咁如果100個 milligram per deal 咧就跌到去120嗰啲啦。咁 Unveiling 同樣嘅好處啦。So we have a lot of people who try Lowsutea have many successful stories. If they are pre-diabetic or diabetes, we will help them prevent them to change to pre-diabetic diabetes. What we try to do is give you a natural 100% caffeine-free food or drinks, help you to maintain healthier blood sugar, lower your LDL cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and detox. And the importance of this is you delay the progression from pre-diabetic to diabetes. If you are already diabetes, we reverse you back to a diabetic stage. On top of that, we have all kinds of teaching programs to helping you, holding your hand throughout your diabetic journey, a pre-diabetic, diabetic journey. So we'll continue to motivate you with 5 programs to help you to better understand how to achieve to have a healthy pre-diabetic stage like 6.4 and below. And if you have diabetes, to make you not become diabetic, high diabetes, high blood sugar, so prevent your diabetic complication. So that's what we do. Okay. 各位朋友，今日我講咗差唔多完啦。其實我係俾咗去糖茶嘅原因俾你咧，就係等你有100% 天然嘅冇咖啡因嘅茶咧，幫助你降低血糖、膽固醇同埋排毒同血壓。咁等你唔會有呢個糖尿病個風險。咁如果仲有我哋有5個計劃，唔係淨係俾糖尿病去糖茶你飲，我係有5個計劃。係幫助你繼續鼓勵你降低你血糖嘅，喺食物方面啦，喺你嘅 exercise 啦、運動方面啦，你嘅磅重方面啦，同埋你係點度你血糖啦，我講咗啦，講咗好多糖尿病嘅病理啦，咁令到你能夠更加了解，就更加容易咧幫助你啊控制你血糖，等你唔會有併發症。咁今日講咗咧就完咗啦，咁我就希望咧。你有咩問題咧？你可以寫信俾我哋啦 ，Andy@華邦.com 啦，或者打電話俾我哋 WhatsApp 啦，或者要影張相啦，咁我係會答你嘅。So today our seminar is over, our webinar is over. Hope that you have a really good learning about diabetes and pre-diabetic. So net result, you can continue to take steps to prevent and drive your blood sugar A1C down to 6.4 and below. So hopefully you will not face any of this diabetic complication. And that is our goal. And hopefully that we can catch you ahead of time before you become pre-diabetic and starting our prevention. And if you have any question, feel free to write to me. And they do, actually a lot of customers wrote, and usually I have them answer all the questions, and they become a lot of satisfied and a lot of things that they don't understand. Now we'll help them to understand, so we can take step to prevention. OK， 各位朋友，如果你有問題，你可以 WhatsApp 俾我，或者打電話俾我，咁我可能夠咧喺嗰度答你啦。咁希望咧你能夠繼續努力，將你嘅糖降低。OK， Is there no question? Then I will wish you all a very wonderful weekend, and I hope you enjoy your grandchildren or children and enjoy life with better health, lower blood sugar, instead of getting diabetes complication. Thank you again. Take care. Bye-bye.